Guess it's been a couple weeks. Life's good. Progress is good. Work is sort of settling down since my learning curve is slowed. New jobs are tough, but it's taken me a good 2 months to nail down the basics, and now I'm here. So anyway, I really wanted to upload something like daily, but maybe you guys know or have an interest in what I have to think about more than I know, because I don't think I'm that interesting. It's fascinating to watch these YouTubers online upload their content daily, weekly, hourly, whatever. Um, but what I realized is that after actually analyzing YouTube content, even the best YouTubers that I follow, I'm just not interested in watching them every day or every week even. Um, yeah, I felt a little bit guilty about not having a whole lot to say or upload regularly. But maybe it's taboo to say, but maybe I'm not enough. Maybe I don't think. Maybe I'm not enough of a narcissist to want to be in the public eye. Um, I want to be meaningful and talk about things that are interesting. I'm learning a lot. This has been quite the experience. I was just texting a friend, and what I've realized is geographically, I have um, seen probably more of Oregon geographically. Well, if you include my years as a kid, I've seen a lot of California. But as an adult, I've probably seen more of Oregon than the state of California. And I was just going through that because it looks like Google Maps has just updated their app to include a feature that basically shows you all the places that you've been by taking pictures that have been accumulated by visitors that have uploaded to the app. So not necessarily my pictures, but the ones where people have visited. And they're beautiful pictures oftentimes. So it's kind of fun to know that, yeah, I've been there. But anyway, I really wanted to upload a little bit more often than I've been, but frankly, I don't have enough that's interesting daily. But here I am. I've had my health, and it's been about 6 months. I came up the first week of July. It is now almost January, and I have to go back home to update my driver's license because it expires on my birthday. So I wanted to do it before I came up here, but they won't let you do it until you're down to your last 2 months. So that's the plan on the first. I've made a few friends, and I'm probably going to call one up just to ask them if I could park my car up front of their house. I'll probably leave them with the key just as an emergency, and I'll Uber my way to the airport. I'm leaving late afternoon, New Year's Day, and I'll come back that following Sunday. So I'll see my family, some friends, probably make a few bucks because I got a few customers, my long-time customers that are waiting for me to show up so they can hire me. So that's good. So while I'll be missing a couple of days of work up here, I'll earn it back, probably times 2 or 3, while I'm gone. So that's what I'm up to. It's been about 2 weeks since I've uploaded any content. I had a great holiday. I went down to my friend's house in Elkton, and she fed us a feast. Again, she loves to cook. But yeah. Did an oil change when I was at her property. So that was the first maintenance. What I've realized is that I'm about due for at least 2 new tires. My rear tires are pretty worn down. So maybe on my next trip up, I won't be hitting any highway driving until I replace those 4 tires, at least the rear two anyway. The fronts could probably go another few hundred miles, but yeah, the tread's pretty much not quite gone, but it's noticeably less than the front. They used to be the front tires because I've rotated them because it's a front-wheel drive car, and anyone who's driven front-wheel drive knows how easy it is to peel out on wet pavement. So it's not even so much the wet pavement, but the dry pavement, you chew away at that rubber. But yeah, I did the oil change. That's my first maintenance since I've been up here, and now I'm due for new tires, which have lasted me almost 3 years. So I'm going to see about getting my new tires. It'll be the same, the Pirelli P7s. If you're a car person, you know what those are. But anyway, stupid light with the sensor. But yeah, that's where we are. Let me touch this button here. There we go. Now the light will stay on even if I don't move. But anyway, oh yeah, I got a warranty repair on the battery. Not a repair, replacement. So my battery I killed, what was it, a week ago? No, it was 2 weeks ago. I killed the battery when I was in Mount Hood. Or not Mount Hood, Hood River. It dropped down to about freezing. It was probably not that one night that killed the battery. It may have been a combination of a few things, meaning I think I got that battery right about the same time my alternator was failing. So that might have been part of it. And of course, the extreme in the weather. When I showed up here, it was over 110. And now it's been down to about 30 at the coldest. I'm told I'm lucking out because we've had a relatively weak winter this time around. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go home for about 4 days and get my bearings and make some long-term decisions. So I don't even know at this point where I want my forever home to be. I don't even know if I want a forever home. I've fantasized and I've talked about in the past about how I love the RV lifestyle and I love owning more than one property, and I love the idea of visiting those properties when they're not being rented out. And I don't have that much right now, including just 2 properties that don't have any structures on them. But what it's allowed me to realize is that there's a lot to say to visiting parts of the country you've never visited. I've spent 44 years in Los Angeles, and I've visited throughout the country, but I've never lived anywhere else. The 6 months I've been up here in Oregon, that's the longest I've been out of LA County. So, given the choice of hanging out in the car, I'm actually not lacking much at all. I'm eating well because I'm gainfully employed. I'm outdoors a lot, despite being a technology professional, especially on my weekends because I love to hike and I love to explore. I actually enjoy driving. Driving around here is easy because you can go hundreds of miles with little effort. Traffic is not what it is in a metropolis. So that's what's up. So yeah, it's been a couple weeks and I've realized no one is that interesting. So I understand why these YouTubers sometimes burn out. They feel pressured to perform and they come up with content. And maybe it's interesting on occasion, but what I've realized is that the most articulate, most brilliant YouTubers that I watch are not interesting enough to keep me watching every time they publish. So it's made me realize not to feel so bad about myself when I don't have anything to talk about for a day or 2 or 3 or 4 at a time. So if you want to keep me going, you're going to have to comment down below and ask me the questions and ask me what I'm up to and ask me what I'm thinking. And that's about it. Have a great night.